forcing the audience to relive this trauma again. You want to bring back my favorite post-apocalypse gay couple as well? Please don't. When I cried after episode 3, my wife said I sounded like a raccoon with 4 broken legs.
You made him soup?
If Pedro Pascal shows up at my house with or without a gun, I'm making him soup. Hell, I'll make him a souffle. I like candles. I'll put on some music. And then, I'm sorry, it's actually not in the TVSins script. It's my fan fiction. Sorry about that.
You look anything like you?
Bit.
And I ain't seen him.
Come on, Joel, you kind of walked into that one. You might be armed with a gun, but Graham Greene's armed with wit, and you will lose to it every time. Have you seen The Green Mile? He's fantastic.
You got a map. Why you lost?
Must have missed all the street signs in the enormous f***ing forest.
I don't know how many sins I've taken off for Bella Ramsey, but it'll never be enough. Go ahead and remove another.
Listen, I didn't mean to upset you about your brother.
Apologizing to the man who just a second ago had a gun pointed at you.
If your brother's west of the river, he's gone.
Show will disprove this theory in about 20 minutes.
I'm okay.
Are you?
You know what the best thing to do during a panic attack is? Ask the person suffering a bunch of rapid-fire questions. That always calms me down when I'm having a hole punched through my chest by anxiety, thinking you can survive a Wyoming winter with just jeans. I'm not sure the writers have ever visited Green River during the cold season, but you ain't walking around with just denim for long. Each episode, I'm hoping we've seen the last of Joel and Ellie continuously walking, but each episode proves that this will not be the last of me being disappointed.
Come down from there, you're gonna break your neck.
Dads.
Can I have some?
No.
What, just to warm up?
Alcohol warming up the body's a myth and can actually lead quickly to hypothermia, especially under conditions such as the ones Joel and Ellie are in. Joel is a terrible father figure and somehow immune to hypothermia. Not sure which I find more cynical. I mean, probably the father thing, but he should still be suffering from hypothermia. Also, how does Joel even still have alcohol? When they were forced to only take a few things, did he really believe alcohol was on that level of importance?
Sheep. I would raise sheep. They're quiet.
Joel has obviously never been to a farm before. Sheep are most certainly not quiet. They will bleat every night. You want quiet? Grow some crops. Plants are quiet.
Sally f***ing ride.
Actually, her middle name is Kristen. You might want to reread some of those books in the library, Ellie.
Marlene, she's a lot of things, but she's no fool. If she says they can do it, they can do it.
Maybe, but why is Joel believing this all of a sudden? He didn't want to keep transporting Ellie until Tess made it her dying wish for him to do just that. He flat out said he didn't believe there was a possibility of a cure. I know he likes Ellie more, but that changed his entire opinion about the possibility of a cure?
Dream of sheep ranches on the moon.
Sheep ranches on the moon? That's almost as ridiculous as whalers on the moon, who carry a harpoon. And
I was quiet. I checked my six. I looked for tracks. I found the high ground, and I kept watch.
you found the high ground? So you weren't just taking lessons from Din, but from Obi-Wan as well? Most impressive.
Wake me up.
Before you go. Random people on the side of the bridge are random. And they appear to have cameras?
Why do they call it dressing? It's like, you should call it undressing. Because it is. It's like undressing from the inside.
Episode has time for Ellie preparing her Type 5.
Damn.
You're no Will Livingston.
So weird that you name drop the Revolutionary War era New Jersey governor. I don't see what he has to do with this situation. See, I didn't need to play the games to get the show. Just needed my good old-fashioned history degree that came for the small price of $40,000 in student loans.
Don't ask me, I don't have a clue.
You know, you could have just made something up.
Great suggestion. I'm sure he'll keep that in mind for later and it will cause no trouble whatsoever.
Look at that river. It's crazy blue.
Actually, I believe that particular shade in the river is cerulean blue, not crazy blue. F***ing amateurs.
How about we just talk this through?
How about you shut the up?
Wyomingites.
If you're infected, he will smell it and he will rip you up.
But then wouldn't the dog just get infected? I don't infectious disease much, but I've played Resident Evil enough to know I don't want any zombie dogs roaming the country.
Now her.
The dog wasn't growling at Joel upon approach, but is growling at Ellie, even though it smells nothing on her either, because I guess the dog has a great sense of dramatic timing? You'd think the Ranger Joe here, after 20 years of living in a world of fungus-infected creatures, would understand that the mask going over the nose is probably the most important part of wearing the mask. Unless, of course, it's a political statement, in which I guess you can list the cause of death later as free speech.
Just looking for my brother. It's all, nothing more.
What's your name?
We're going to find out Tommy is at this settlement and Maria is his partner. Still, why did Maria immediately think, oh, he's looking for his brother? I'm sure this is Tommy's brother. There aren't other people at the settlement with missing family members? And honestly, the idea that Joel would have wandered into the territory of the specific settlement that was housing Tommy is wild enough in its own right. I'm handing out 5 sins of this whole operation. And if anyone has an issue with that, they can meet me at high noon by the sycamore trees. I mean, I won't be there because I hate violence, but the sycamore trees are very pretty this time of year. How the did they have enough spare horses for Joel and Ellie to each get their own? Did the group have 2 extra they brought along for the hell of it? Or did these horses not bear their former masters to good fortune?
It's been a while since we've had a proper meal.
Hey, don't you dare insult Florence's soup like that. You had a proper meal like 2 days ago.
You draw power from a dam.
Got that working a couple years ago. After that, sewage, plumbing, water heaters, lights.
This place actually works.
This place actually works.
Collective ownership.
So, communism.
Nah, it ain't like that.
It is that, literally. This is a commune. We're communists.
Admitting to being communists, which honestly would be like only the 176th thing to be scared of in this post-apocalyptic venue. It's right below attacked by clowns and a few notches above attacked by dogs dressed as clowns. Holy f***, what is up with this random hand and why is no one saying anything about it? I guess I could send a community wasting any resources on a bar, but what strikes me more odd is that there's a working bar in this town and no one except Joel and Tommy are currently at it.
Once we get bacon, what's even left?
Making getting bacon your last priority.
Go grab some supplies and be out of your hair in the morning.
Telling someone you're stealing some of their shit without asking first. Character who lost their child thinks they see their child in a crowd and it turns out to be someone else. Cliché. I have no idea who these people on the 10 hottest boys list are, so this sin is for Hocus Pocus. You want to celebrate a cool movie about witches from the 90s? Get a f***ing sticker for The Craft.
Gross.
Still more economical than tampons and pads after the apocalypse. Do you think the QZ is using resources to manufacture feminine hygiene products? I'd wager not. Bet they're still making Viagra, though. Leaving a fire going in your house unattended. And yes, I know lots of people do this, but it doesn't make it any less dangerous or sinful.
Let me get my scissors.
Oh, well, no.
Trim. That's all. Just the ends. I promise.
While I'm sure these are all very kind gestures, forcing someone to accept your generosity without consent is problematic. The new clothes are nice, but you didn't ask if she had sentimental attachments to her previous outfit. And now you're pressuring her into a haircut that she probably needs, but might not be comfortable with yet.
The only people who can betray us are the ones we trust.
Well, that's not even remotely true. You don't need to trust someone to get betrayed. You think Lando trusted Vader when they struck their bargain in Cloud City? Not even a little. And yet he was betrayed all the same. Forcing kids to watch The Goodbye Girl, or laying the metaphors on too thick in your episode. Make your choice. I choose both.
Figured I'd save you the trouble.
How does this town have so many clothes and shoes that fit Joel and Ellie so perfectly? It's like that scene from the 2nd season of Prison Break where Michael digs up all the outfits laid out for him, and the other guys no one had a clue would be escaping with him. Also, any season after the 1st season of Prison Break.
And today I thought that dog was going to tear her apart because it smelled something on her. And all I did was stand there.
But what exactly was Joel supposed to do? If he tried to save Ellie from the dog, most likely both of them would have been shot and killed. That was a no-win situation, and Joel might have plenty to beat himself up over, but this is not one of those things.
What exactly did you hear?
I have to leave her. You have to take her.
Eavesdropping. Or kids. Make your choice. I choose both.
Maria told me about Sarah and...
No, don't say another word.
Great idea, Joel. I think we should all just take a second to think about the things we've said and skip.
And I sure as hell ain't your dad.
Hey, Siri, set a reminder for the end of episode 8 to sin it just in case Joel calls Ellie like his baby girl or something.
I've set that reminder. Would you like to hear your list of appointments for tomorrow?
Sure.
You have an appointment with your therapist labeled Recovering from The Last of Us at 11 a.m.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You came here to say goodbye or something?
No, I came here to steal one of these horses and go.
Forced dramatic timing is forced, and honestly not all that dramatic.
You deserve a choice. I still think you'd be better off with Tommy.
Let's go.
I'm glad to see them reunited, but doing it this fast kind of sucks the energy out of their last argument. We should have waited an episode. That way we had a week to really marinate in their upcoming separation. Doing it here makes the fight and subsequent reunion kind of feel cheap. Riding a horse. Riding a horse. Riding a horse. River?
The contractor. That's pretty cool.
Chris Pine and most people that watched it might disagree with you, Ellie. If the Fireflies were nice enough to spray paint their image so you knew where to find them, they could have at least spray painted an X over the image when they hightailed it out of Dodge.
There are definitely doctors here.
Pointing out the obvious, or as I like to call it, pulling a Deanna Troy.
At least it ain't clickers.
Yeah, no fireflies either. Maybe in all that research they turned into f***ing monkeys.
Episode teases us with humans turning into monkeys, but never shows us humans turning into monkeys. Damn it all to hell. Hold up. The Fireflies have a base in f***ing Fort Smith, Arkansas. I get Memphis and Oklahoma City, but Fort Smith? Have you been there? I refuse to believe the Fireflies would invest resources for operations there. Now, Fayetteville, on the other hand. I rewatched this fight 5 times, and nowhere in it did I see the bandit get enough momentum to stab Joel with his bat. Hell, half the fight, Joel was behind the raider. So I'm calling bullshit on this reveal. If you want to stab Joel, show the stabbing.
Joel, open your eyes.
Well, at least this episode will let us know Joel's fate before fading to black on yet another cliffhanger. Damn it!
Frostbite took his nose.
Should have stolen 2 rabbits.
There's hardly any meat on them.
All right. Mickey's a mouse, Donald's a duck, Pluto's a dog. What's Goofy?
Put your hands up. No. What? Why not? I don't want to.
Brothers don't shake hands. Brothers gotta hug.